In this tips and tricks video, we're going to learn how to apply a global filter to the dashboard. There are two ways in which we can apply a global filter to the dashboard. The first way, and perhaps the most easiest way to apply global filters, is simply by interacting directly with the widgets. To help demonstrate by an example, I'm going to click and drag to apply a filter to my sentiment distribution here. Going to filter on negative sentiment, ranging from -1 to -4. And we'll see when I did that, my dashboard is updating because after clicking and dragging, a global filter was applied to the entire dashboard for the range of -1 to -4 in this instance. We know that it's applied to this data set, our iOS example, because when I hover over that data set here on the bottom left-hand corner, we can see all of the widgets pertaining to that data set are highlighted. I can confirm that this is a global filter by coming up here to the top left and clicking on my filter panel. Again, to show you where that is, if we're looking at our main dashboard view, you can see over here on the left we have a panel, and at the very top of that we can click on this filters icon to see all of our global filters. We see -1 through -4 is applied here to text sentiment, which is one of our fields under our NLU model, and this is indicating that it's a global filter. So I can remove this filter by clicking X on the parameters that are selected for the filter, or alternatively, to remove the filter, I can hover over the filter down here on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and click on that filter, and we see that it was removed and our data set is back to normal now. Alternatively, I can apply a filter directly from my filter panel. If I come back here and click on the filter icon, we'll see both of my data streams that I have ingested. There's currently 0 filters applied to either of the data sets. I'm going to apply a similar filter to my iOS data stream by clicking Add Filter. From here, we see all the fields that are available to us underneath the iOS data stream. We can select one of these to then apply a filter for that specific field. For this example, similar to the interactive filter that I applied, I'll select sentiment, and this will bring up our filter parameter view where we can adjust how we would like a filter applied. We see we have a few options here. We can specify a range, or we can select some dimensions within that field as well. In this instance, I'm going to specify a range, and I'll say from -4 in this instance to -1. It's important to note over here some of the options we have when specifying our range. We can specify greater than or equal to the number we provide, or we can simply just choose greater than in this case. I'll leave it as greater than or equal to. Similarly, we can specify less than or equal to, or simply less than. I'm going to change this one to less than or equal to. Once I'm satisfied with my results, I'll click Add Filter to apply that global filter. Before I do that, one other thing I want to point out regarding filters is this Exclude Empty Values option that we have here. This can be really handy when we're dealing with a field such as topics, because oftentimes there will be a number of data points that may not contain any unstructured data, such as in the case of surveys, where somebody only provides numerical responses for their survey feedback and does not leave any textual data within their survey response. That's where this options feature to exclude empty values comes in handy, so our visualizations aren't affected by those empty values. In this case, I'm not going to select that option, and I'll simply add this filter. We can see that the global filter was applied to my iOS data stream. And now my dashboard is reflecting that filter being applied throughout all of the widgets. This is a quick example of how to apply a global filter.